Welcome everybody, Seattle 206723 here with a whiskey review. Today we're going to be doing the Macallan 18-year-old that you see situated back here. It's a Highlands single malt Scotch whiskey, and it's been exclusively maturated in the sherry oak cask from Jerez, Spain. Very Macallan, if you know anything about scotches or whiskeys, Macallan is a name that's got a reputation built upon itself. They've spent many years working on this reputation by doing some of the best sherry whiskeys available on the planet Earth. This particular single malt that we're going to be reviewing is, like I said, it's the 18-year-old. You're going to find with this one, it's got the dried fruits. It's rich, spice, well balanced. There's going to be some orange and a tad bit of wood smoke, but it's all very well balanced. This is one of the top of the line whiskeys that you'll find. Now, with that being said, it's not inexpensive. A particular whiskey like this in the 750 ml it'll run you $200. Any way you look at it, you're going to spend about $200 for this bottle plus. There's some debate on whether it's worth it or not, but when you've had an 18-year-old, which typically is about the sweet spot for most whiskeys. Now, there are some companies that will try to pass off an 18-year-old, but it's not nowhere near as good. But let's just go par for the course. One thing I do enjoy doing is whiskey reviews like this because I get to drink drams. So, without further ado, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and pour a dram, give her a nose, and then we'll go into some tasting, and I'll tell you what I think of it. Now, I've tried this a few times already to get acquainted with it. It's a very good dram already, in my opinion. Let's see if it's been any better since the last time I've tried it. That back there. Now, one thing I do like to do is I like to take a little bit of my spring water and pour a little water into the cap. With whiskeys like this, if you're first time buying it and you're opening up the bottle, let it sit for about 18 minutes. Remember, the golden rule is to 1 minute setup time just to sit for every year of age. And like I said, I take a little cap just like this. Nothing big, nothing spectacular. And I like to give it that. That's just to help open it up a little bit more and give me a little bit more of those fruits, those spices, and a better experience on the nose and the palate. Because this is a very rich Scotch. Okay. Water's at room temperature. Take that there and give her a little swirl here. Let her get around a little bit. Let her set up. Now, these are one of the big things about this is with the Macallan is that they're collector's bottles. This is one of the new ones. It says release in 2016 right up here. Bring that up there for you. Annual 2016 release. So this was released this year. So it was actually maturated in 1998. see this though. This is 2016, 18 years from there. And it's at 43% alcohol. Just your 750 mil. It's a Macallan. Like I said, I played with her for a while. She's about she's at the halfway mark. I'll pick up another bottle, of course, to add to the collection. By the time you're seeing this, I've already picked up another one. It's just in the bar. But this is the one I'm going to leave open. I probably will keep away from this one as much as possible. But let's go back to the collector's edition, the collectability about these bottles that's out there. There's a limited amount. It's very good whiskey, and the demand is always high for it as it is. The collectors have caught on to this, and what they do is they buy cases and drive up the price. Once the price is up, they'll unleash them and make a nice profit on them, where they've got some bottles for free. Understand it. I get it. I'm in the silver community as well. I understand exactly how that works. Now, as you as a buyer, remember, there will be a bottoming of the market. Right now, the market, I guess from what I see, it's kind of high right now. A lot of places are 220 to 250. It could easily come down $60. But if you got the extra money and you want to buy a bottle or try something like this, if you're fortunate enough to find another whiskey drinker, an enthusiast, or a connoisseur, you'll hit it off. You guys will buy some bottles together, and your cost will come down, and you can share. Nothing wrong with that. It's a good way to save money, having people chip in and enjoying a single malt experience together. Now, smelling notes. Hint of orange, your sherry. A little bit of spice, dried fruits. A note that I hadn't detected before. Slight chocolate, a rich chocolate note from that sherry cask. And there's that oak. But it's well subdued. But it's there. Just a little bit of a swirl here. Let that air give it a little bit more air, unleash it just a little bit more onto the palate. Smooth, rich, spicy in the development, but subdued, orange, fresh, and dried fruits. A hint of that chocolate with a very nice coating of the palate into a smooth orange, dried fruit with a very lasting finish. Definitely top notch, definitely top shelf, definitely a dram, a whiskey that can be appreciated. When you drink stuff like this, it's very difficult to go back to swill. I mean, you begin, once your palate is developed, you've developed your palate to tasting good whiskeys. Some of the other stuff just doesn't compare. But that's for another video. Now, what I want to do is I want to work on that finish a little bit. See if it's still there. Let me give it a little swirl there. A little bit. Okay. Just gave her a good workaround. The palate. Smooth on the arrival. Your fruits. Your notes. And that chocolate note right before it moved into the finish with the dried fruits and note of fresh fruit with orange. Very balanced. Long lasting finish. That's what you get in the finish with this. A very good dram. A very good whiskey. Top notch. Now, if you like to sit down with a few friends and you're getting out the coasters for your dram, one of the best ways to show that you are a celebratory, serious whiskey drinker is to get out the coasters. Now, if you're an elitist whiskey drinker, you use these for coasters. And there you have it. Seattle 206723, and I'm out.